Was the Wookiee crying or laughing? Who knows? Welcome into the Bro 4 Squad podcast. We are here with our non-spoilers, and then we'll let you know when we're going to get into the spoilers portion review of Star Wars: The Last Jedi. I'm your host, Jeff Hornacek. We have a full complement of bros on the show. Thanks for checking us out. So let's dive right into it. We are going to go around and everyone give their non-spoilers opinion of the movie. First, we will go into the lab to the mad scientist, Brian Banner. Brian, we just got out of the film. What are your thoughts on Rian Johnson's Star Wars film?
It's worth seeing once. Definitely go see it and just go into it with an open mind because it's definitely not going to be what you think it's going to be.
You sound like a son who's like dating a stripper, but he's trying to like prepare his mom to meet her. Like, just give her a chance at dinner.
Look, she may not be wife material, but like she's going to get me to that next step.
All right, on to our legal counsel, Ronnie Cycli, one who the dark side is very strong with. Ronnie, what were your thoughts on Star Wars: The Last Jedi?
All you need to know about this movie is the director and writer, Rian Johnson, spells his name R-I-A-N, not R-Y-A-N. Go fuck yourself, dude.
Very well said. Matt Geiger, Unforced in the Paint. Do you have anything to say actually about the movie?
Yeah, I do. If you're like me, you probably heard some reviews or maybe talked to some friends that have seen it that said this is a masterpiece, and there's two really big turns or big, I don't know, edge of your seat stuff you haven't seen. What I need you to do is get the ladder out of your garage, go up top, take the bar. Don't go all the way down with the ladder. Just drop it to the fucking ground and then go see this movie. That's all I'm going to say. Don't think it's not any of the originals, guys. I'm just going to leave it at that. Jeff?
All right, before we get to our spoilers portion of the show, I will say this. I love Star Wars to death. It's cost me some friendships. It cost me my first marriage to my ex-wife, Rachel, because I love Star Wars so much. If you listen to our Rogue One review or any of our movie commentaries on Star Wars, you know that we eat, sleep, and breathe the universe, and it brings me no joy to say that I was disappointed thoroughly in this movie. I know there are a lot of great reviews out there, and I probably went in with too high of expectations, but if you take Star Wars off this film, it's just a fine summer popcorn movie, even though it came out in December, obviously. But when you put Star Wars on it, it was pretty disappointing for me. And now we'll get into our spoilers-heavy portion and why the movie was. So we break all our movies down.
Spoilers.
Yeah, we told you here. So we break all our movies down into 5 criteria. The first one is the acting and the cast. Let's go reverse order. Matt Geiger, the cast and the performances in Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi.
So I don't know if you checked your Google machine this week, but Disney did something huge. And I'm not talking about 20th Century Fox deal. I'm talking about they actually made me care fucking less about Finn in this movie, which I thought was impossible from The Force Awakens, but they actually did it in this. I really thought that he was going to have something to do in this. Nothing at all. Also, Benicio del Toro's in this. They threw him away. And we all owe Hayden Christensen a big fucking apology. If anyone thinks that Hayden Christensen sucks, tweet at us at Bro4Squad. Email us, bro4squad@gmail.com. Because I will talk to you. Adam Driver fucking sucks. And actually, at least Hayden Christensen's good looking. I'm not, I like women and stuff, but
can you believe they gave him a scene with his shirt off? Like, at least get in shape, bro.
If you get
I like
a
how he
scene with your
acted like
shirt
he
off,
wasn't
you have
accidentally
to be in shape. I mean, look at Momoa. Look at Thor. You have to be in shape. That's all I have to say about the fucking cast. No one shined at this. No one.
Accidentally saw Ray. Oops, I'm sorry. I just got out of the shower. I didn't see you there.
Ray even says something. It's like, could you put a shirt on? Like, Ray even says something in that. It's a very uncomfortable scene. Cycling.
It's the forced Snapchat right there.
Psycho, what do you think about the acting cast?
I think that was one of the most disappointing things to me because I even thought, Ray didn't do a good job. Not just Finn, but Ray wasn't good. Leia struggled. I think Hamill actually was probably the best one in the movie, and that's kind of unfortunate with the way the movie went. Huge cast, like you guys said, just fantastic cast, set up to succeed. And I just left wanting the entire time from the beginning to the end just felt like people didn't take it seriously. The entire cast did not take this movie seriously.
I echo that. Yeah.
And there is a quote, I don't have it with me, but you guys can look it up. It's online. Mark Hamill said to Rian Johnson that he disagreed with everything they did with Luke. but he said, I respect you as a writer. I'll do it to the best of my ability, but I disagree with everything you did. And I think that's all that needs to be said about that.
That's a weird thing to say while promoting a film. Banner, thoughts on the cast?
Whatever Mark Hamill said, whether you agree or disagree, I think he did a very good job. He started out, we kind of got all three Lukes from the originals. He started out as a whiny little bitch, then he kind of was figuring shit out, and then by the end, he was this kind of badass dude. I really dug Hamill's portrayal of Luke in this movie. Aside from that, yeah, I could kind of care less about everybody else. The Porgs are fucking stupid. What the fuck were they doing? Like, everything in the casino, which, why are they at a fucking casino anyway? We'll get to that in a minute.
He's just pissed. Just let him go.
It's stupid. Like, I don't understand any of it.
Casinos, I'm with you, man.
How pointless was that mission?
Yeah, I mean, they just threw it away, and then they're like, "Oh, well, like we let the little like zebra, giraffe, horse things go."
If that woman had let Poe know, if that woman had let Poe know the plan, that wouldn't have ever happened.
Yeah,
she could have been like, "Oh, here's the plan." Poe doesn't do that. They don't do any of that shit.
I'll go back into acting and cast. Poe Dameron, I dug him. I like him. His bromance with BB-8, it's a little weird, but like I could get behind it.
All right. Don't have any time for me to get into acting cast. Best scene. Brian, what was your favorite scene?
My favorite scene is your favorite scene, so I'm not going to take that. So I liked the opening scene. I could live without the kind of the comedy kind of pose, I'll hold for Hux kind of a thing. But I thought that the choreography, they really set it up to where you feel the stakes with losing the entire bombing fleet. And like the stakes were there for this movie. And then they just kind of, I don't know what happened.
Cycling.
You sure you want to take this? You didn't go last time.
I'll get my thoughts in on scene, and then we'll do stories. So what was your best?
I'm just going to give it up because there wasn't a lot for me. I'm going to give it up to the final scene where Luke is looking at the sun, kind of throwback to A New Hope. Music starts playing. And I just, it wasn't a long scene. It was an important scene, but it was just, that was really cool.
It's not favorite scene. It's best scene. That's our criteria. And there's not there's not a best scene in this. There's best shouldn't be used in this movie at all. So for the first time ever in the Broforce Squad in our 1.5 years thing, I decline to answer. There's nothing. Period. Wow. Yeah.
Well, I can't believe no one took this.
I really left it for you.
And when General Leia remembered that she was actually Magneto and sucked herself back into the cruiser from out. No. My favorite scene, actually a scene I really did enjoy in this movie, I thought it was incredibly well shot, is when Rey and Kylo Ren become natural-born killers, and they just destroyed all of Snoke's honor guard. I thought that was a really well-shot scene. I thought you could just tell that physically, like, the actors had put a lot of work in to the stunt choreography. And then just visually it looked cool. Them fighting the dudes with the red, who we've always seen guarding both the Emperor and now Snoke. By the way, good job protecting Snoke, guys. Everyone's getting raises this Christmas. All right, we skipped this one, so we'll go on to it with the story and the plot. Matt Geiger, what did you think?
Who really cares? Because the story, they just reset it at the end with Rey and some weird kid. Snoke reminds everyone not to smoke kids because he just got out of chemo. And we got to see a prequel on Tiger Woods because Finn and a Chinese chick hook up. Ronnie Cycli.
I'm pissed. Like, what was the point of Snoke? That, like, seriously, like, he just dies. He's no one. Why was he so powerful? Like, the plot just absolutely kills me. We're right back where we started. What's my motivation to see episode 9? I have no idea. Well, let me guess. They're going to continue running from the First Order, and then they're going to, try and beat them at the end. Whoop-de-doo. I'm pissed off, guys.
Banner.
Well, they're going to rebuild Starkiller Base. Duh.
Well, of course. A bigger one.
I don't understand why they went to a casino. That was so fucking stupid. And they used BB-8 as a goddamn slot machine. Are you kidding me?
He was a piggy bank.
No,
man.
that's stupid. Like,
if they had at least referenced death sticks, that would have been worth it.
I did kind of like Luke drinking the all natural green milk.
Ugh.
What was that? All right. I'll take this one real quick. The story and plot to me, the pacing was a little weird, it was a little jumpy, and then I didn't realize until like 2 hours in, I was like, yo, this whole movie, have they just been like in space still running from the First Order? So that was a little weird to me. It didn't feel there was a lot of homages to Empire and Jedi, but at least it did not feel like a retread. It felt like they did something new there. But again, like you guys, everything, all the bullets that they had in their chamber that had me interested and very, very intrigued with the characters and where they would go, they emptied. And then one quick question I have to ask you guys: at the very end, that kid with the broom, did he like use the Force to pick up the broom? What was going on with that? Does anyone know? What was that scene?
I groaned.
Did he use the Force?
For somebody that has read a lot of the books, and I know that these movies don't go off the books, if you have to make me Google it, it's not that big a deal. I'm just going to tell you right now. I've read the books, and if you're just listening to this right now and we're trashing this movie, before you comment below that we don't know anything about Star Wars and we don't get it, go listen to any of our Star Wars movie commentaries or anything. We're huge fans. We just think this movie sucks. This is why
we're so disappointed. We love it so much.
We think sucks. We actually think a lot of the prequels have good points in them. But that scene, if you make me Google it, I'm sorry. I'm out. It's too much. You gotta make me care about it.
All right. Impact on pop culture, our second to last category. I'll go real quick on this one. I think it has a negative impact in the sense that I'm just not as excited for episode 9 now because I don't know what they're going to give me that I'm waiting for. And with these characters, I actually feel like a lot of them have resolution. I don't think Kylo's telling the truth to Rey, but you could take it at face value and pretty much everything's tied up. Banner, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I had budgeted for this year to see a lot of movies, and I was planning on seeing this 2 to 4 times. I'm probably never going to watch this movie again. I'll watch it for us to do our commentary because, I mean, that's work and I have to.
Right.
But after that, I just don't see myself watching this very, very much, if at all. I think I would rather watch the prequels than this because at least Natalie Portman, with as terrible as she is, it's at least so bad it's laughable. This is just bad.
Cycling impact on pop culture.
I don't think this will have any impact on pop culture. I don't think this is going to hurt the franchise because Disney's banked all of their money on this and they're going to get another movie next year. Not obviously in this story, but nothing is going to come out of this in 5 years. No one's going to talk about this movie changing anything in the Star Wars genre. And I think that's the saddest thing. When you think Star Wars, you think impact on pop culture, and there was nothing here.
Jagger.
I've watched every single Star Wars movie in a day before. And I asked Jeff this when we were leaving the theater together. I said, hey, man, if they would play episode 9 in an hour, would we sit around and watch it, or would we go home and just go to bed? And we both said we'd probably just go home and go to bed because they didn't leave us with anything to actually make us want to stay. Snoke's gone. Rey's parents, they're still teasing. We don't think Driver's telling the truth. Adam Driver's character has gotten worse. I thought you guys touched on this. Rey really digressed, I thought she had a lot going into this movie, and she didn't really show me anything. If anything, she kind of went down. She was like Derek Carr in this movie. She looked like an MVP candidate first year. Second year, she's fucking like 7 and 9. So I don't know what they're trying to get me to go to on episode 9. Unfortunately, we got this damn podcast, so we're going to go to it on Thursday night to give reviews to you guys. But other than that, I'd probably wait a week to go see episode 9 because I really just don't care.
All right, last category, rewatchability. Banner, you already touched on this a little bit, but let's go rewatchability and then where this ranks in terms of all the Star Wars movies for you. So, Geiger, we'll go back around the horn.
I think I'd rather watch Clones over this. I'm a fan of the prequels. I love the originals. I love Rogue One. I really like The Force Awakens, and I'm a big fan of the prequels. I like Revenge of the Sith just simply for the comedic aspect, but I think it has some good scenes that are very vastly underrated. I think Phantom Menace is a great movie, and I think Attack of the Clones is okay. This one had nothing. It wasn't funny on accident like Revenge of the Sith. It wasn't humorous at all, and it wasn't dark enough for me. So this is the worst one I've ever seen.
Cycling.
So I'm seeing this on Sunday, and I'm happy and mad about it at the same time. I'm happy because I'm hoping I went into this movie with way too high of expectations based on the reviews. I'm mad because I have to sit through this movie for another 2.5 hours. And it goes both ways. Hopefully I'm pleasantly surprised and I give another chance. But if I hate it again a second time, I don't think I will ever be able to rewatch this movie outside of drinking a lot with you guys on a commentary on my own. This is, at worst, below Attack of the Clones.
Wow. Banner, rewatchability, and where does it rank? Although you already went into rewatchability.
Yeah, I'll make this quick. I already talked about rewatchability. As far as where it ranks, out of the 9 movies, I think it's 8. On any given day, you can convince me that it's better than Attack of the Clones and Phantom Menace, but it's also worse than either one of those. So I'm going to split the middle, and it's 8 out of 9 movies.
I kind of agree with that. Rewatchability, I'm going to see it probably with my mom just because it's kind of a tradition for us to watch Star Wars movies together. And I'm interested to see what she thinks. Like, I'm not going to sway her opinion, so I guess forcibly rewatchable. And it's part of Star Wars, so I'm not going to act like I won't revisit it again. As far as where it ranks, I'm going to say 7 now, but definitely potential to drop to 8 after I rewatch it again. And Attack of the Clones just got lucky, basically.
Look, there's a good story in there, guys. Attack of the Clones isn't that bad.
Yeah,
Natalie Portman looks hot at the end. Come on, guys.
Kristen was in our theater just drinking beers. Like, I told you, fuckers, I wasn't that bad. Look at this guy.
Like, at least I had
Even Jake Lloyd is like pumped about it.
Jake. Well, I don't think he can watch it in prison, but I'm sure the inmates will tell him.
I don't know. This movie's so bad, it's only going to be allowed in prison.
And on that, we have been the Bro Force Squad. For the mad scientist, Brian Banner, our legal counsel, Ronnie Cycli, and our enforcer in the paint, Matt Geiger, I've been the mayor, Jeff Hornacek. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at Bro Force Squad. I promise we're not shitheads who just bash everything. We love Star Wars. It hurt us that we didn't like this one. Subscribe to us on YouTube and iTunes. Bro Force Squad, 3 words, and check out all of our content and our squad blog and our Bro Force Squad Hall of Fame on our website, broforcesquad.com. Thank you guys, and we will see you in a galaxy far, far away.
New Hope. Episode 9 should be called No Hope. Done.
Dude, I totally forgot that. What was Luke milking the titty on that thing? Wow.